With the events that happened the summer of 2020, it really hit home that every one of us needed to take action, and our chancellor and our leadership team here at the chancellor's office recognized the role that we play in training and educating the police workforce. We recognized that we needed to move beyond words and actually dig into and evaluate and interrogate our own practices and ensure that we were designing instructional programs that focused on equity and social justice, racial justice, and that our campus policing was as transparent and as inclusive as possible. The first step for our office was really to issue the call to action. It was the first step in really mobilizing our campus communities, our 116 colleges, to begin to address the issues that we're seeing across police reform.
We have had some incidents where we have a very small Black population, but we did realize that many of these students have been profiled by not only our law enforcement, but as well as our faculty and staff. We have started various conversations across campus over the past 2 or 3 years about how we can make sure that this doesn't happen. We look at our data on crime statistics at least twice a year, and we want to see if there's a disproportionate impact. And then we use that as a training opportunity. What can we do to address this and get ahead of this challenge before it becomes more of a systemic problem on campus? But the data is key for our success, taking a step back and analyzing our policies, our practices, and improving our policing on campus. The ultimate goal is to limit police interactions with our students that has the potential to escalate. They are not to really engage our students without our consent, unless it's something that's absolutely urgent.
When George Floyd was murdered, our Black Student Union stepped forward with a very clear list of areas that they didn't feel that we were doing so well in. We had some really difficult, I would have to say they were listening sessions. That conversation, that dialogue is critical to being better with each other. And we're not just having conversations, we are collecting data on the stops and the service that we're providing. We purchased body-worn cameras, and we've got training on cultural sensitivity and anti-racism and de-escalation procedures. So it has already begun to change the way that we operate.
You know, the State of California and Post provides a phenomenal outline for what is essential to create ethically driven police officers. But we felt that it was important that we augment the required training with some additional dimensions that we believe will make our police officers, our graduates, the very best that they can be. And part of our augmented training that we offer in our additional 44 hours includes such things as implicit bias. It's essential that our recruits understand that all of us have biases and they affect how we view the world. We've had our faculty partner with the University of Florida in the area of fair and impartial policing, where we really try to drill down into how do we make proper decisions? What do we need to know about history and context and the challenges that people of color or underrepresented groups face on a daily basis?
It's important for police academies and all of our public safety programs to listen to the communities that we serve. We also bring in community members into each class of different ethnic and religious backgrounds, and we dialogue with them with our entire Cadet Academy class. So it's an exchange of cultures that we embed into our police academy curriculum.
I think I've wanted to have a career in law enforcement for as long as I remember. Growing up in Southwest Santa Rosa, it wasn't really an obtainable goal for kids coming from that neighborhood. People around me growing up kept coming in contact with law enforcement, and it always astonished me, like, why is this happening? Why can't they do better? Why aren't they doing better? I think my ability to kind of generationally make a change in my family's dynamics is very huge for me. So my opportunity is each and every day to make a difference. Oftentimes, a lot of people have had negative interactions with police officers. So if I can, every single person, aim to kind of reinstill the hope in policing, that's my goal each and every day. Am I going to succeed in that 10 times out of 10? Realistically, probably not. Ultimately, the goal at the end of the day is to be better. If we know better, we can do better.
This is a continuous process. One thing that we can't do, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to continue to push forward. We have to continue to bring awareness to our students, to our community, to our law enforcement agencies. In a perfect world, campus safety looks like, this is my neighbor. This is my friend who is making sure that my surroundings are safe.
One of the things that we are really focused on is a diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda. It's core to our vision for success, and it is embedded across all of our reform initiatives. What this is really requiring that we do is take a hard look on the disaggregated outcomes and experiences of our students of color, in particular Black and African American students. It's incredibly meaningful to see how my colleagues have responded to this and how much we have to feel proud of as we continue to build from the changes that we've made thus far and the response we've had, but also the willingness to get uncomfortable individually in order to really transform opportunities for our students.